and I know that we're going to hear some good news tonight. That's always fun for us to hear. And excuse me, but I need that back. To start out the evening, then Carrie Tibbetts, our board clerk, will be offering a prayer, and then first of all, sorry, call to order and silent roll call, please. Forgot that. Carrie will lead us in prayer, and then Emma Walton will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. Thank you, and please be seated. And Ashley Johnson, can I get you to come up here for a minute, please? And no is not an answer.
It's not an option.
It's not an option, and didn't your parents teach you that? I think I'll come around here. Ashley was named the IETA Administrator of the Year at the conference a couple weeks ago, and we want to say congratulations and well done, and I think that you are totally deserving of it. And you can say what the IETA stands for.
Yeah, what does it
Idaho Education Technology Association. Yes.
Thank you.
Because we do know she does technology quite well. We have before us tonight, before we go any further, it feels really funny to have Dr. Parker sitting here as our superintendent, interim superintendent, instead of a board member. He keeps saying, I can't say anything. I can't make a motion. I can't second one. I can't even say anything. But we are grateful for his service to us in this time as our interim superintendent. Thank you, Juan, for making it here from your basketball game. Did they win or lose?
We lost, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The Drone's been undefeated on the entire year. We took them down to the wire, but we couldn't get it done.
Oh, okay. And then Mr. Sukan forgot that we were moving this meeting to this particular date instead of having it on President's Day, and he's coming back from Disneyland. Not that I feel sorry for him, but that's where he is tonight. So we're a little short tonight. We have before us our agenda for approval. Does anyone have any comments or questions? And I would entertain a motion for approval of tonight's agenda.
Madam Chair, I approve that we
Move.
to approve the agenda.
Motion by Mrs. Anderson.
I guess you want me to second that?
Yeah, please,
I do
Juan.
second.
I guess I can, but I don't. Yeah. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Did anyone have any comments or questions regarding the consent agenda? No. No?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Hearing none, then the consent agenda is adopted by unanimous consent. Do we have our Minico student here represented tonight? Come ahead.
We're good.
We're doing well. Do you have the blue light?
What color is it?
There you go. Oh,
There, now we hear you.
hello. How are you today?
Doing
Great.
well.
Well, I do have very good news for you. Well, I think they're good. Starting with sweethearts. I don't know if you remember my name, right? I know I've been saying it a couple of times, but I'm Ellie.
Everyone here, would you go ahead and introduce yourself again, please?
I'm Ellie. Nice meeting you all. Um, okay, so we left out on Sweethearts. We actually had the dance on the 11th. It was super fun. Uh, I went with my best friend, which was fun, by the way. We had a stage cheer and dance. Unfortunately, we didn't like place on anything. However, we're super proud of every single one of them because I'm pretty sure they did their best. Moving on with basketball, we won districts versus Jerome, which was good. We made it to state and we lost the first game. It was good though. It was a really good game. But yeah, we lost, but we are really proud of them still. Um, we had the Hope Week. I don't know if you heard about it. It was something that the Hope Squad organized for us. We had different activities going on. Um, I can like name a couple of them. Let me think about it. We had to dress up. Like the girls had to wear pink, the guys had to wear red, and then we had like some hearts, and then it was just so fun for everyone to interact with each other. Moving on, we have the state bowling. We made it a state, which we're super proud of them. We didn't place on anything again, but we are still proud of them because we're sure they did their best. Moving on with wrestling, we won districts. With state, it was awesome because we have a 4A state team champions, which is really good. So we're really proud of our wrestling team. Um, we had our boys basketball that we all know it's my favorite team. We won again Twin Falls, so we won districts. We're going to state, and I'm pretty sure that this Saturday we're gonna have our first game against Boise. So we wish them all luck because we want them to win, right? Because they're cute. Uh, then next week we have our parent teacher conference, and that's all I have for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Does anyone have any comments or questions for her?
No comments. That's great information. Something to point out. CJ Lotta, who plays for our girls basketball team, was recognized, scored the most points in the history of the girls state tournament
Oh,
for
yeah.
4A. So
That's right.
phenomenal by her.
Yes, it
Just
is.
outstanding. And then obviously wrestling and bowling. Minico's really representing super well, and the boys will be playing Thursday. So
Oh, it was Thursday. I'm so sorry.
you're good.
I
You're
do
good.
have a question. I'm going to probably direct this maybe to your wrestling coaches. Did we have any girls place? No. Okay, that's all I needed. Thank you. But they did great. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I can. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mount Harrison, do we have a report from you today? Okay.
My name is Holden. I'm a student.
Hold it closer.
My name is Holden. I'm a student at Mount Harrison. Our quarter 3 ends March 19th, and our quarter 4 begins March 13th.
Just because you're speaking in a microphone doesn't mean that you go really soft with it. Really. We need to hear. We want to hear what you have to say.
Can you say it again, please?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
She has to take minutes, okay?
Yeah.
So our third quarter, it ends March 19th.
Thank
9th?
Ninth.
March 9th. Our
Scary.
fourth quarter begins on March 13th. Yeah, that makes more sense, huh?
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we have student showcase on March 9th.
Hi, my name's Kiera. We had a Valentine's dance, which was really fun. We have Hope Week, and that's going to be March 13th to the 15th. And we're going to ISU Tech Fair, the entire school on March 16th.
Hi, my name is Lexi. We had two of our BPA students, Kenzie Eggleston and Erica Abrego. They went to state for BPA. They spent some time in Boise. Erica placed fourth in her event. They went to an escape room and ate lots of food.
I'm Chris Gibson, and I'm talking about the students that are graduating this year. And third quarter, we have 3 people graduating. And at the end of the year, we're going to have 26 people graduating from our school.
Wonderful.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very good. I was the first one that had the picture taken in the Valentine's.
Oh.
Yeah, photo booth. First one.
At which school?
Mount Harrison.
Mount Harrison?
Yeah.
Aha.
I didn't have anybody in the picture with me, but
Well,
I was the first one.
Okay.
so Mount Harrison, do you have any other good news other than that then? Thought so. I think there's something about BPA. Okay. Excuse me?
To connect to your Apple TV? Oh, excuse me. Yep, I gotcha.
Journalism.
All right, good evening. I'm Sarah Palayo. I'm the business teacher at Mount Harrison High School, and we have just a short presentation of good news to share with you guys. Back in November, if you recall, we were approved to attend the JEA NSPA National High School Journalism Convention in St. Louis, Missouri, and I was able to take 2 students. This is my senior.
My name is Marcus Stedman. I'm the senior.
And my name is Holden Wolf, and I'm the junior.
He's the junior. It was part of a travel grant that allowed us to take 2 students. Hopefully, moving forward, we'll be able to take a lot more of our.
You need to use the microphone so that.
My teacher voice doesn't carry. My apologies, y'all.
Yes.
There we go.
You're being videoed and you need to be.
As I was
heard.
saying, it was part of a grant, and the grant allowed us to take 2 students. So hopefully, moving forward with our journalism program, we'll be able to take more of our students to experience this, just like the last group that was up here. I think it was Brandy Milliron's kiddos. We had a lot of first-time flyers with us. It was 4 hours and a 2-minute flight time. Lots of food, just like Lexi mentioned before. Food's always important. Huge hotel that we got to stay at. Was it like the 7th or the 11th floor? I don't remember. 7th. I think they tried to split us up between the 11th and the 7th floor, and I was like, no, I need to be on the same floor as my kids. Over 300 classes to choose from. It was just, go, 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 all kinds of interesting things. I'll pass the mic to the boys and let them share something that they learned while at the convention.
So me and Holden both went to mainly the same classes, but one thing that I learned that stood out particularly to me is how to put facts more into your newsletters more than opinion based. And I think that makes a great newsletter because it gives people information, useful information, not just your opinion, and then they can form their own opinion on that newsletter if they want to.
One thing that I learned is probably how to take better pictures and then how to promote your newsletters so more people see it.
Thank you. So this is a picture of the opening ceremony. This was a national convention, so we had, it was just huge. I can't even tell you how many kids were there. It was unreal. And then there's the picture of Holden and Marcus in front of the backdrop. So kind of cool, kind of fun. A little bit more about BPA. Our students, Erica Abrego and Kenzie Eggleston, attended the BPA State conference and did really, really well. It was our first time taking students to a state competition. In this picture in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see that the students made like signs typical of what you'd see when a basketball team goes to state. We had the music playing in the hallway, running down high fives. It was super, super cool. The kids just, they loved it. They showed their love and appreciation. I think it really helped Erica and Kenzie just be confident when they went to the conference. As I said earlier, Erica placed in she placed in the top 8 of the Health Administration special topics, finishing 4th overall. Unfortunately, that doesn't qualify her to go to state. But if nationals. If 1, 2, or 3 drops out, then our girl can move up. But that's where we're at right now. Now I'll turn it over to Miss Woodward.
Hi, I'm Zelma Woodward. I teach science at Mount Harrison, and we have in advanced science, we have dissected brains and hearts, and the kids have done it and labeled all the parts. Sarah told me the slides were too long. Today, if any, don't let Maggie hear this. If any kids were missing, they were in my room putting an eyeball puzzle together. We did dissect eyeballs in anatomy and physiology. And within this week, we're going to extract DNA from strawberries in a couple of different classes using Dr. Parker's recipe, of course.
So lots of good stuff happening at Mount Harrison High School. Students are enjoying classes and the camaraderie that we're building there, and we're just we're glad to be here. So thank you for your time.
I have one question. What kind of eye? That's what I figured.
Is that a
We
3D,
have cow
3D puzzle?
eyeballs and sheep eyeballs and pig eyeballs.
That's the way to go.
The heart and the brain were sheep.
Is the puzzle a 3D puzzle?
No, dang it. It's just one level, but I got told after it was all done, I couldn't rip it up and put it back in the box. I have to glue it together and hang it somewhere.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone have any other questions for them other than? I think that's
How do you
great.
shut this off?
If I can real quick, I just want to make a couple announcements. We will be having our student showcase on the 9th of March from 5 to 6 p.m. The students have they have their tables, they've got their stuff put out, it is open to the public. We are encouraging anybody who can come, check out their projects, and then ask them lots of questions. That's March 9th from 5 to 6 p.m. at Mount Harrison. The other announcement is if you'd like to check out our Facebook page, you can just search for hashtag MHHS RISE, R-I-S-E. So hashtag MHHS RISE, and you can see Dr. Parker on there. Thanks.
You'll have to look. Not that I'm fond of Facebook, but I will look. So that's a Thursday night then. Okay. Minico skills. We have some students to give us some more information here.
Okay, you can hear me now, right? I'm Mr. Van Every. This is Skills USA, which represents Mrs. Cameron's computer repair and my cabinet making construction. We had the awesome opportunity. Mrs. Burke Claridge submitted for a grant through RTech under the educational section, which took us to Las Vegas to attend the United States' largest building show, 1.2 million square feet of exhibits showcasing new building techniques, building materials, 800,000 exterior square feet showcasing tiny houses and all different sorts of of new and well, just new building techniques. Awesomely filled week. We ended up taking a bus, but a couple of these kids were able to be interviewed. But this is Carter Christensen and Ian Molina. Um, I kind of give them a heads up that they're going to talk just for a minute. They can tell you what they learned.
Oh, you want me to go first? Okay. I think we learned a lot. Well, that's me right there, actually, as you can tell. We got interviewed, as you can tell. It was really neat to see all the new innovations there and just to see how we're progressing into the future of new techniques. So that's all I kind of learned. That's about 25 to 30 people right there. So it was really a really good time. So.
So obviously we learned a lot of new skills and seen a lot of new technologies put into the materials that we use now. And so it was really cool to kind of see those new things besides just here in our area, to see multiple people from like Canada, Europe, all these places around the U.S. And so it's really fun to see their kind of techniques and the way they do things. There's a lot of cool tools that we seen as well that could make building a lot easier and more efficient. Like Carter said, it was a really fun time just to spend time with our fellow classmates, friends, and just to explore new things. So.
So we started the week off by going to the Builder Show, and everywhere we went there, they wanted to know who this group of kids was. And when we tell them, they would take so much time to talk to them and show them what their futures could be like, ask them what they were interested in, point them right down the right path. It was really neat. And then everywhere we went, of course, the kids were just so good that we just would get pulled aside and told what an awesome group of kids we are and how polite they were. And it was great. They got to experience every part of Vegas. We went in the early hours, but it was nice because a lot of them would never get the opportunity to go there and eat different food, and it was a good time. I think Hoover Dam was one of their favorite tours we got to do. We learned, what is it? If as much concrete is in that dam, you could build a 4-foot wide sidewalk. How deep? 6 inches deep all the way around the equator. That's how much concrete. And they never stopped pouring from the time they started building it. 73,000. A load of concrete every 60 seconds, and it just ran 24 hours a day till that was complete. Took a little over 4 years. So all these shots are underground, showing us the tunnels, the original tunnels they used to divert the water so that they could build the dam. And these are the engines that the magnetic, the turbines that create the electricity. They can tell you more than me.
You want me?
Yeah.
So also about this dam was since the concrete, a little fun fact, when concrete cures, it actually creates a lot of heat. So they actually diverted the water and they put pipes in the concrete to cool it down. So they actually cooled it down. It would it take, 100 plus years or more to cure it without that tubing inside of it. So that actually helped it out a lot. And I'm done there. Do you have any questions before we sit down?
I don't care. It's whoever wants to answer it. Okay, you said you learned a lot, and it was awesome to see the technology and what things were being taught there. I'm going to ask you: are we headed in the right direction?
Like building
Is
wise in our
Minico
area?
High School
Oh, yes, we are.
headed in the right direction in the field that you're in?
Yes, we are definitely heading in the right direction. Full
Okay.
blast. I definitely agree with that.
So of the new techniques and materials and all that you saw, what was the most impressive to you?
I don't know, probably just like the tools that they are coming out with. We're actually using a couple of the tools that we have seen there, and kind of the techniques as well with our the just we built a little like shed as well, and so there's a couple of techniques that I actually seen that was kind of the same there, just around the world, and so it's kind of neat to see that we're actually using what the world is using.
Nice. And I thought I've seen Hoover Dam, been in the inside of it. It was incredible. It is amazing. So, yeah, I'm glad you guys got to go experience it.
Then we were stuck in the middle of a police chase. That's the most exciting. Oh, we almost died.
Thank you.
guys.
Nice.
One more question, I think.
Did you see any 3D printed houses?
Yeah, we actually did. We seen, is it, were they doing?
They were supposed to be printing it that week, and I don't know why they weren't. But we saw it last year when we saw the Builder Show in Florida. But yeah, the 3D printed using concrete, that's actually bigger than you can even imagine. Yeah.
Curious.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And thanks for reporting to us.
Yes, that's awesome.
All right. The cast of Lion King Middle School production. Are you going to sing for us?
We decided not to use too much of your time, but I wanted to present. So these are just a few of our cast members. Come step up here, Aubrey. I can stand right behind them because there we go. So I just wanted to thank the board for their support of this show. We've done it as a joint effort between East and West Minico Middle Schools, and this is our second year doing it. We've really had a great time. I had a freak out moment last night because I realized that we are like having our first performance, which is kind of a dress rehearsal performance, a week from Friday. So that was a moment of freak out. But I'm going to have each one of them use their stage voices and just tell us their name and what character or what part they're playing in the show. We'll start with Riley here.
So I'm Riley Kent, and I play the part of Pumbaa.
Wait, give us your Pumbaa voice.
I really don't have a Pumbaa voice. This is my Pumbaa voice.
My name is Oscar Noriega, and I am adult Simba.
My name is Brooklyn Holt, and I play Scar.
My name is Lainey Condi, and I play Rafiki.
My name is Elias Christensen, and I play the role of a side hyena.
My name is Aubrey Christensen, and I am the curtain manager.
My name is Riley Kopnick, and I'm an ensemble.
My name is Billy Pearson, and I play Mufasa.
My name is Hunter Halverson, and I'm playing young Simba.
My name is Luke Sexton, and I'm playing Timon.
And so, just as a thank you to the board, we have tickets for you to come to our show. They're promo codes, and so when you get on the website, you can just type in the promo code and choose whatever night you'd like to come, and bring a spouse or whoever you want to bring. So,
Thank you. Great. Thank you very much. You seated?
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Do one of you want to give this to Mr. Sukan?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for your support.
Thank you.
All right.
Break a leg, guys.
Thank you. Yeah. Like he said, break a leg. And Mrs. Kidd, is the Minico production this weekend? Yeah. Okay. And they're doing Freaky Friday, right?
Yes. Yeah. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 7 o'clock, and Monday, Saturday at 1.
Okay.
Did they perform today for elementaries or something? Okay, my daughter mentioned that she was going from Paul, so.
All right, thank you. Next, we have patron comments, and I do have an employee of the district, Mr. Stimson. Would you like to tell us about the ag building info?
I'm not sure if he's a patron. Is he?
Well, he's an employee of the district. He wanted to know
Are
if he
you
could
a
just tell
patron?
us.
Really? You're a patron?
Of course he is.
Okay. Hands up.
What's that?
You're a patron?
I'm a patron, but I'm an employee tonight.
Okay.
Our plan with this just came last week, so you already had agenda review, so we couldn't get on the agenda, but we really needed to tell you. But before I do that, Ellie left, and I was really offended by her comment that the wrestlers weren't her favorite team.
She likes the
I don't
basketball.
understand that.
She likes the basketball legs.
I know.
I don't know what to do.
Can you not like a wrestler in a singlet?
I know. Hey,
don't go
you
there.
You can't.
From
Hey,
Minidoka,
you
right?
can't argue that with me because you know I'm right there.
Hey,
So there you go.
especially these wrestlers, the best in the state, 2 times
Exactly.
running.
Exactly.
Years in a row, right?
Exactly.
It's good. Okay, but what we've got tonight is for our ag building. I know you guys are on there going to approve the contract, so I heard that that's not going to be done tonight. I really need you guys to do that quick.
Well, as soon as we get it,
So-
Mr. Cotton.
We need to get that done. Peterson Brothers is waiting. We have the money now, but we can't put it out for bid for the architect until they have that contract. So as soon as they have that, that'll go to bid, and then so I really don't want to wait until next month.
Well, like I told you, if we need to call a special board meeting, it is doable.
Okay, because we really need to get that.
What's our holdup on it? Just it hasn't. We haven't got through the legal part of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had to change some things on it that Reed wasn't comfortable with, which I agreed with them on that. So
we're close. So do we have a estimated time frame, Mr. Cotton, of when we might have that?
My guess we should be able to get it done this week. I think I meant to call them today, but I didn't. Peterson today, but
okay.
And he's been gone. Jeremy's been gone for a couple of weeks, but I do believe he's back now. So he's waiting for that. But what the good news that we have that we wanted to share with the board is now that everything is set in stone and ready to go, we are really going to go out and start fundraising and hitting it hard. We already have $750,000 we have already for the building. And that's not including the $87,000 that the FFA has to contribute to that.
Wow.
So we feel that we have enough now. We can really put up a shell, get a building there. So to say thank you to our community for the support that they've already shown us, because we haven't really gone out and fundraised very much yet, and we already have that much support. So for our FFA week, which is coming up the week of March 13th through the 16th, on the 16th, we've always fed the community. We've invited all the farmers to come, and at lunchtime, we've always fed them hamburgers and French fries for anybody that wanted to come. And this year, we're just going to make a bigger deal out of this. So over on the property where we're going to build the building, we're going to have Cameo's going to come over. They're going to set up the big white tents. We've got ICCU are bringing their 2 big concession trailers with all their flashing lights, all their fancy stuff to support us there. They're even trying to get it approved to pay for all the food to support us. So we might not even have to pay for that, which is really good.
I'm sorry, which date was that?
March 16th will be the lunch and the dinner. And we have a flyer here that Emma will bring to all the board members on that.
Thank you.
Okay.
We have contacted KMVT, and they are going to come and they're going to come actually interview me, Mrs. Kidd. We're hoping that it'll be fit so Dr. Parker can be there also on that. And they're going to do a big thing about it too. And then I don't even know how they found out about it, but KTVB out of Boise, Channel 7, contacted me Friday while I was at the state tournament So I asked them to wait till the day to call me back, and they did. They called me back today, and they want to come and do a big deal on it too. So, BB.
Very supportive of Minidoka High School.
Good.
So they're awesome. So, and they're out of Boise,
Yeah.
which gives me a little leverage with our local ones to say, hey, look, it's been good. So, but that's our day to kind of kick off our fundraising and our customer appreciation. Right. And just say thank you to everyone that's already done it. And it's our FFA week. So every day we have activities at school that go on. That day is our drive your tractor to school day. So there'll be a lot of tractors, a lot of big semis there. So it's a big day. It'll be a fun day. So but we're really excited, and we wanted to invite the board to come to that, and we didn't plan this quick enough to get it on the agenda review. So I figured we'd just come tonight and do a patron comment and let you guys know. And so, any questions?
If we have to, maybe we should call a special board meeting for that day to approve the contract.
March 16th?
Oh, come on.
I can call you, but I have to work
Anyway. Well, we'll do it sooner than that. All right. Thank you for coming and sharing.
Thank you guys so much. We're excited.
We're excited.
And we'll get our part done as quickly as we can. We'll find a way.
Thanks for the support. Appreciate it.
Okay. So of the 800, if I'm right, it's 700 or 837,000. Do you have more that you're looking at that beyond that, or?
So we have to come up with 4.5 million to complete the project, right? So yes.
But you have some in-kind donations already, right?
Yes.
You want to tell them about the first one?
The what? Which one?
The moving of the soil.
Oh yeah. So we had a meeting a week ago, and there's a construction company that does all the under the drilling to bring all this city water, sewer, everything under the parking lot, whatever we got to do there. So there was a guy there that he wants to do all of that for his donation.
Oh my!
So that's a huge savings for us. And then my father-in-law is doing the University of Idaho dairy.
Oh.
He got that job with all the gravel work, the dirt work, and so all of his equipment's going to be here. So him and my brother-in-laws are all coming on weekends to do all the dirt work and do all that prep work and get it ready for Peterson Brothers to come and lay concrete and everything else. So,
oh, nice.
Outside of just
monetary
right, the money that we have in hand, we do have other things set up.
That's wonderful.
We've had an electrical company that's offered to provide us with all the electrical that we need.
Wow.
Not to put it in, but
the supplies.
All the supplies, which I mean, that's a huge savings of that. So
yes.
We are well on our way, but we still got a long ways to go. So
always got to start somewhere.
But and I think once we get the ground going and we have all that, and people see, because we've had a lot of people that want to donate to us, but they're nervous because we've been talking about this for 10 years, right?
Yep.
And nothing's ever happened, but it's going to happen. We're going to make it happen now. So
we're going to show them.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Thank you for the support too.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Even if we were too late to get you on the agenda. All right. Let's see. I gave you that. Okay. All right. We're to our discussion items. The first one. Yeah, I know you're not sorry. We know. Yeah.
Hey, it's my wife's birthday today, so
oh, there you go. Get out of here. Okay. We are going to have a couple questions so that under discussion items, number A, letter A is human resources job descriptions. There's a couple of questions on those. We're going to table those. There is a new IT position that has been requested, and after some discussion, job description and all has been ready for that so that we can also then post it. Does anyone have any comments or questions for this?
Can I comment?
Oh, of course.
Okay, I didn't know if I could do that.
Oh, yes.
The way I understand it, there isn't any different than any of the other IT people in the department. It's the same description for all of them, right, Cameron? Yeah. So it's nothing new. It's just adding one more person.
Adding one more person.
Yep.
Yes. So there was a request and need shown, and so that was something that, and it looked exactly like the other ones to me, so I figured that we're at the right, same direction. And the Peterson Brothers contract, we've already discussed a little bit on that. And so, C. Oh, I'm sorry, C. I can't read tonight. New financial assistant job description. Anyone have any comments or questions on that one? Something that we've spoken with Dr. Parker about. This whole thing has been coming together for a short while.
I guess the big thing I'd say there is to be cross-trained.
Yes, some cross-training in the business office.
With our current business manager.
Okay, I hit D, which is being tabled. Any questions on any of the administrative department committee reports? I'm on discussion topics.
Are they retiring?
That's not on here.
It's not on here. It's on this.
Well, I'm
Did
not
we take it off?
Go from 9C to 9D.
Okay, never mind. I forgot to take it off this one. I thought you were losing that, girl.
Well, now you're convincing me I am.
So sorry. Sorry. Okay.
Okay. Do you mind having, I keep looking this way, no board members are over here. Does anybody have any questions?
I looked through them. I didn't have anything that stood out.
Okay. And then there's before us the policy discussion on policy D546.00 staff travel. This is regarding the mileage reimbursement. The reason it is here partly is because what we have states a specific number for reimbursement. The state has changed that. And so I think we need to either we either change that number or we somehow change the policy so that it reads to go along with, to match the state. So I know there was some discussion about how we can do that.
Can we change the wording just so we can match the state when it changes that we?
That's the question.
So are you looking at 9F, 9F1?
9F1.
The policy, yeah.
Because when I pull it up, it shows student dress code draft and replace new policy with standard dress code.
Pull it up, Bonnie, because it was too hard. I'm wondering if I got that wrong. Oh, no. Yeah, it's not the right same on here. Yeah. It's like even open.
So
Student dress code is for the policy discussion.
But it does show up underneath staff travel. When I look at it, it says 9F1
staff travel
policy D546 staff travel. But when you click it,
it's dress code.
Dress code.
Yes. Oh, come on, guys! Got me right
see,
here. What
see.
Oh my gosh! Now my hair really is sticking up. I'm nervous. Okay, so what one are we on?
We are supposed to be on F.
Policy discussion.
Policy discussion. We are on
Don't
staff.
look at that one. Look at the one on your board book. On our board book? Look at the one on your board book. Okay, then because I made several changes today. It needs to be student dress code.
So student dress code.
Yes. Don't. Let me have that one.
I know.
Let me have that one. Thank you.
She's getting really bossy over here. Okay, so it's the student dress code with the draft.
Code. And it's also up for decision too.
Yes. I saw that on here, but I didn't pay attention that it was not the same.
Sorry. That was an old
So this is an old one.
one. Yes, it is an old one.
All right.
They made lots of changes.
Lots of changes on this as far as if you look at it, it's all in red, so which means it's just a total rewrite, correct? A dress code is extremely subjective because not everybody's going to see the same number of inches between the fingertips and the knees and various other things like that. And so there's just been some discussion what is going to be the best way to do this and handle the dress code policy. So this one is on here for discussion. Did anybody have any questions on what they read through this? I know it's been before. The PPAT, Parent Patron Advisory Team, has talked about it. I think the administrators have looked at it. Am I right? The administrators have looked at it and
Administrators looked at it and our policy review.
that's right, policy review.
What was the feedback from administration? Like, does everyone in our current draft form, like, how are we feeling about it?
Yeah, well, everyone speaks on their own behalf. Kim?
Kim's being quiet.
My personal opinion.
Yeah.
I'm tired of talking about dress code.
They all are. It's kind of like
It's just an age-old problem that it's just never going to go away, and so we're just trying to deal with it the best that we can. With 1,190 kids, we're probably going to miss a few in the day, but we have changed the way we handle it. So our teachers have a little mannequin print paper printout that they have in their classroom. They talk about dress code at the beginning of the school year. If they have an issue with the dress code, they usually just call Mrs. Reddington. They tell a student's name at some point in that few minutes. Mrs. Reddington will call the student down. She'll review what the problem is with dress code, and we address it. They either go home, they have to change their clothes, they have to put a t-shirt over it, whatever the situation is. And it's been much better this year because teachers aren't dealing with it in classrooms. It's not causing an interruption. It's not singling anybody out. We're just trying to take care of it the best we can. But there are a few in the day that get missed.
Sure.
So, but it's. I just feel like it's better. High school kids tend to push the limits.
You'll notice on their policy that we've included the graphics that they are using out of high school.
I see that. Yeah.
I saw that.
And we're using that kind of as a guide for, if there is a question from a staff member and they want to have it checked, the student checked for their appropriateness, that can be used as a guide for your administration.
Okay.
Awesome.
I think it's great.
Middle school, any opinion on it?
I agree with Kim. I think a lot of the issues that we've, it takes some pressure off the teachers because I think they do feel this pressure to monitor it, and if you're not careful, it gets carried away to the point where it is a distraction to the educational environment. What I like about this policy is that it aims to keep kids in class instead of being housed in the office trying to get a hold of mom and all that stuff, and it just becomes kind of back and forth. So I do like that leniency in here, and yeah, it has to be, in our opinion, like it has to be pretty egregious before we take you out of class and go through that whole process. That's just kind of how we've approached it, but because it can become a real balance. So I like this. I think this is kind of what we've been doing anyway, and you don't get in that haggle with parents about is it mid-thigh or is it not mid-thigh, is it 3 fingers, is it 3 inches, all that stuff goes out the window with this. And so I like that. I feel like we can have conversations with parents in a reasonable way and talk about what their kids wearing and come to a compromise if needed. I think it's fine.
Great.
Okay. Elementary don't usually have quite the issues, but
Yours is probably more wear a coat and or a sweatshirt or yeah. It's snowing outside. Do you have a coat? No.
No, that's great. Thank you for the feedback.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yes.
I think it's good.
And unfortunately, in our world today, the fashion industry does not help. Kind of wish that they would.
They're not educators.
They're not educators, and I wish they would have a little more common sense, which isn't common. And I wouldn't want to be in your position as far as trying to. I know I pushed the limit on this length of my skirt when I was in high school. My mom and I went around, so I understand.
I had the same problem.
With your skirt? Do you have a problem with your skirt too?
Just a little bit, just from occasions, from time to time.
With your skirt.
Hey, that's not really funny, but boys' shorts right now.
Oh,
That's
yes.
true.
Yes, you're right.
That is
If you have
true.
a boy with long arms,
Yep.
and those shorts are too short if you have him hold his arms down.
Yeah, that's true.
You're right.
Especially when you grow from the extremities out, so that means the arms have grown before the trunk. Therefore, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, come to PE class.
Yeah, I believe it.
And they have to dress down. Hey, that's pretty interesting. We don't dress code them in PE.
Yeah.
Unless it's, like,
Egregious.
whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the dress policy that we currently have would be totally replaced with this new red letter version. Just so you know. Any other comments regarding this?
No, ma'am.
Okay. What about the superintendent report? First of all, Dr. Parker, I think your super notes are great. I enjoy
I
those.
do too.
I like them. Yes.
There's something I was going to ask you about. Do you want to tell them what you've told us about what's happening, your attitude? You think this is...
Should I tell them that?
I don't know if you should or not.
You have to turn the mic on.
After a
It's
couple
on.
of days.
I just whispered.
I see.
I didn't tell. She said I had to tell him. I wondered if I really did. Okay. I told you that I took this on as it's what I owe back to the community, because this community has given me a lot. Educated my children, educated me. But doing this job, I find it challenging and enjoyable. So I don't know how to explain that. There's something new every day, believe me. You walk into the office and you never know what you're going to be dealing with, but that's okay. I like that. And I enjoy the people I work around, and it's just, I hate to admit it, but I'm having a good time. And I know that's going to sound really strange, but it's true. And it's mainly because of a lot of good people out there.
Yeah.
That's,
Within a week, I asked him, how are you doing? And he said, I'm having fun. And I thought, what else can you ask for?
work is fun and fun is work.
Yep. When you make a change and you're praying and hoping that it's for the best, and I believe that it is working out the way we hoped it would. So.
Thank you.
Agreed.
And we do very much appreciate the time he's putting into this. So thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So that ends discussion. We're down to business, which we're going to table the approval of human resource jobs and the new IT position job description and posting. Then I would entertain a motion, unless you have any further questions, entertain a motion for approval of the IT position, the new IT position job.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the new IT position job description as it's currently written.
Okay. Position and just job description and posting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, second by Mrs. Anderson. No further comments?
No, ma'am.
There's really no one else to talk here. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, you have your position that you can have posted, Cameron. Same thing with the approval of a new financial assistant job description for this cross training that we hope to happen and get a little bit more help there in the business office. Does anyone want to make that motion of approval?
Madam Chair, I'll make the motion that we approve the financial assistant job description
Okay,
and posting.
and posting. Thank you. Motion by Mr. Perez,
Second.
and second by Mrs. Anderson. And all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Oh, I forgot to say aye. Make it official. Yes, aye.
Aye.
We also need to approve the school reentry plan. It was rewritten pretty much to make it more what we're doing now. And did anyone have any comments on it? I know we looked at it a little bit before, but anything seem questionable? Okay. Then I would entertain a motion to approve the school reentry form that we
Madam
have to
Chair,
turn in.
I make a motion that we approve the school reentry plan as
Okay.
written.
Motion by Mrs. Anderson,
I second that.
second by Mr. Perez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
I almost feel like I ought to say something.
I know.
You know, I feel sorry for you. You only have 2 board members over here.
And I was just going to say, can I make a motion? I don't know. I don't remember what Robert's rules says on that part of it. We're tabling Peterson Brothers contract for right now. The letter F item is the Jewel settlement approval, and that is just that we've been contacted by the law firm who is representing all of the districts and everything that joined in the lawsuit, and over a period of time there will be some money dispensed to everybody. Could be a little. We don't really know yet what it will be.
Do we have an update on that yet, Dr. Parker?
Or a time frame.
Or time frame or
The time frame was, I think, by the end of the month somewhere.
when we're done with this, I have to
We have to send this approval in, and then they'll let us know.
Okay. Yes.
But it was, what was it, Michelle? Was it 1,400 school districts, something like that? For the Jewel settlement, 1,400 school districts.
I think that there was a lot.
There's a lot of,
It's nationwide, and
yeah.
we might end up with $4,000 or something. We'll see.
The smallest school district in there was
that much, right?
was going to get almost $9,000. The smallest school district. But that was over a course of 4 or 5 years. 50% this year, 12.5% until it was all paid out. So if we're not the smallest one, we might get a little bit more than that.
A little bit more than that, okay.
But it won't be much.
some's better than that.
Yeah.
Well, and still isn't some of the idea when we originally thought about getting in on it is to get some vaping sensors for the bathrooms and everything. I think that's still.
I don't think we'll be able to buy any vaping sensors with the money.
Well, we'll see.
We can use it to justify buying them.
We can justify buying them, yeah. That's probably true. Okay, then I would entertain a motion for approval of the Jewel settlement.
Go ahead.
So that we can sign it and send it in.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we accept the Jewel settlement approval.
Okay. Motion by Mrs. Anderson.
Second.
Second by Mr. Perez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And we do need to be able to send to the state the approval for our January 30th emergency closure, since it was there. I'm grateful to read that we did get a little bit of help with getting the buses additive added on that day. I still feel like that was the right decision to make, so that the buses didn't gel later, even though it was still cold. Anyway, so I would entertain a motion for approval of the emergency closure for 1/30/23.
Madam Chair, I make the motion that we approve the emergency closure for January 30th of 2023.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Perez,
Second.
second by Mrs. Anderson. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I'm going to say, you can vote for me. How does that sound? Motion
You could
carries.
transfer your vote to me, yeah.
That's right. And we are tabling the proposed school calendar after our after our meeting on work session. There's a couple tweaks that'll probably be made, and Ashley will bring them to us for the next board meeting, which again will be the 4th Monday of March because of spring break, just so you all know. Okay, new and amended policies. Are these right? Let's double check. My computer's dying, so. All of these up here. All right. There's the first 3 you said, right? As I read them. Materials review, yes. Learner procedures, yeah. They're all first readings, though. Standard of dress. I think it's standard of dress. Do you want to approve that tonight, or do you want to hold it for more time?
I say we prove it.
If we didn't get any feedback,
There's been no feedback.
okay. Did we get any feedback on it? No, I haven't seen anything. Nothing?
Yeah, I say we put
I
it to
say
bed.
we approve that one then.
Okay. The policy D240.00 learning materials review and recommendation is a first reading. Policy D268.00 self-directed learners is a first reading. And policy D268.00 procedure goes along with the previous one, and it's a first reading, and it is thought that we probably, since they're first readings and we need to give them more time so that public comments could be made if necessary. So those 3, as of right now, if you're okay with it, we're going to hold. The rest of them, did you have any questions regarding any of the rest of them? Because they are such with small changes that we could go ahead and yeah. And the only change in the classified staff travel, or the staff travel period, excuse me, in the mileage reimbursement, that's just to match where state is on that one.
Yeah.
So again, it's a smaller one, small change. And I think that we can do the rest of them. Okay?
Yeah.
So I would entertain a motion for passing of policy D344.00 standard of dress for students, policy D546.00 staff travel, policy D594.00 classified staff payroll, policy D596.00 overtime classified personnel, policy D740.00 federal cash management, policy D740.20 fiscal accountability and IDEA Part B funds, policy D740.40 federal debarment and suspension, and policy D742.00 allowable use of grants. Anyone willing to make that motion?
Chair, I make a motion that we pass the policies as read.
Okay. Motion by Mrs. Anderson to pass the policies as read, which basically would be number 4 through 11.
Correct.
I second that.
Second by Mr. Perez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. With no other business to come before the board, then I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion that we adjourn this school board.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Perez.
Second.
By Mrs. Anderson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.
I'm just looking out here, just wondered if anybody had something to say.
It's the Juan Perez and the Mary Anderson show.
It is the one for